Good morning. Good morning. Now I've got a mess. I was in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 22. We are on our 22nd consecutive live stream. Starting a little later this morning. We'll go over that. Wanted to tell you that I got one of the, I was reviewed on YouTube by a commenter. And what did he or she say? It says, "You suck at being a YouTuber." As if I've presented some sort of I'm the best real estate YouTuber, or I'm the best YouTuber in general. I don't even call myself a YouTuber. I mean, I do live streams and I do my podcast, but I don't really care. The thing that makes me laugh is here's some guy or girl, watching my show, doesn't know what I'm doing, doesn't like it, and hates it so bad they wrote a comment that says I'm terrible. It's so funny. Oh, you know what? Now that you said I'm terrible, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna go cry, and then I'll probably never be on YouTube again because I'm sure no one gets hate online. I'm sure that never happens. So that was kind of fun. I do like to get comments. I do like feedback. I don't mind if it's negative. Um, it is what it is. I'm just kind of learning. I'm learning the live streaming. I'm learning the videos, and I'm learning my presentation. And it's not perfect. I mean, if the guy watched yesterday's live stream, it was a disaster. First off, I had feedback in the back, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And so when I went to check it, I think my chair hit the microphone wire, and then I lost my microphone. Well, so now I'm sitting there talking without a microphone. And so all I could think to do is restart my computer and get back to it. And by that time, now there were two streams and they were split. And then I don't know if you can tell from my voice today, but we'll find out. I've got this cough from I don't know where it showed up, and it's bad. Bad. It sounds terrible, and I have no cough button. And then as far as like, you know, can I do a better live stream? Well, I guess, but I kind of want to be. I kind of want to be in the real estate space. I kind of want to do things that are interesting to me. And I kind of hope other people kind of come along and enjoy. Now, if you're watching me at 11 o'clock on a Monday, that's fine. I'm good. Leave something in the chat. It's fine. Normally I get spam, but does everybody like? Does everyone start off on YouTube with 1,000 subscribers, and does their channels always go perfectly? I doubt it. Doubt it. So anyway, I don't know. 22nd. Like I said, I was going to do 30 consecutive live streams, and then we're going to see what we do, see what happens. But it's going. It's going. Things could be better. Things could be worse. So I had to. I had to change the time of my live stream this morning because I had to go show a house. Rare that you show houses early in the morning, but this particular house we went to last night, it was dark. Couldn't see outside. Liked everything on the inside of the house, but I have no idea what the outside looked like. Couldn't tell what the yard looked like. Couldn't tell what the deck looked like. So we went over this morning, took a look, and I think we're going to put an offer in. Now, there's not a whole lot of real estate agents that are on YouTube. And I don't know many of them that are going to talk their book as far as like what they're doing every day. And I'll tell you that I went and looked at a house, and I can tell you we're going to put an offer in on it probably, but I'm not going to talk about, our motivations for buying or pricing or anything like that during the deal. I might do it afterwards. But, we're going to write an offer and we're going to see what happens. I have no idea. But it was nice. It was nice. We'll see. So, let's see. I don't have a whole lot to go on. My Google Trends didn't work this morning as far as on an email, so I'm just going to have to go ahead and have to look up Google Trends, and I did, and I came up with something. I'm gonna have to switch it up. Let me see over here. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have to go back, and I'll figure it out. It's not gonna be a problem. So a lot of the trends yesterday were like football, NFL. I think 3 of the top 5. I don't need to know any more about football. I kind of done with the NFL. So I saw this particular thing. It says, I mean, I don't know anything about this, so that's why I was kind of interested. So it says, Carlos Marin, I hope that I said it right, singer in British quartet Il Divo, dies at 53. It says Marin, whose death follows a recent hospitalization for an undisclosed illness, was part of the group formed by music producer Simon Cowell. So I remember Simon Cowell was in that thing. America's Got Talent or one of those. I don't remember. Anyway, Carlos Marin, part of the British singing group El Divo, died Sunday at age 53. Cause of death was not revealed. However, he'd been hospitalized recently. The group announced his death via its Instagram account. It was with heavy hearts that we are letting you know that our friend and partner Carlos Marin has passed away. He will be missed by his friends, family, and fans. There will never be another voice or spirit like Carlos. For 17 years, the 4 of us have been on this incredible journey of Il Divo together. We will miss our friend. We hope and pray that his beautiful soul will rest in peace. The news of his death comes 3 days after Spanish news outlet El País reported that Marin had been put into medically induced coma in Manchester Royal Hospital in the United Kingdom. The hospitalization followed what El País was a week-long illness Marin was dealing with while on tour in England. The group confirmed via Twitter. Il Divo was formed by music producer Simon Cowell in 2003. Prior to joining the group, he had performed in several stage productions, including Les Mis, Beauty and the Beast, and Grease. Il Divo has released 10 studio albums, starting with Il Divo in 2004, and most recently, For Once in My Life, a celebration of Motown in 2021. Marin also released a solo album, Portrait, last year. That's a shame. Heard of him. Rest in peace. So, that's that. I always like to look at homes in big cities. I'd like you to come along with me. There's some things we can pick out when we look at luxury homes. We can see how they present the listing. If they present a multi-million-dollar listing a certain way, maybe we should present that on our listings that maybe aren't $1 million. If there's a particular description, perhaps we should use those on our, when we should use that style on our descriptions. Let's learn how to market things sophisticated. And then when we see something that isn't done well, or maybe we should point that out. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they're not aware. That's why we do it. So, Philadelphia, big place, figure property, be expensive. This is a townhouse, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 5,500 square feet on a 1,900 square foot lot, $5.1 million. Let's take a look. I don't know what we're going to find. It's been on the market 780 days. And so that's a long time. Location. One of only 2 townhomes on Rittenhouse Square. 1910 Rittenhouse boasts magnificent unobstructed views of the square. The residence has 20 of footage along Rittenhouse Square. It extends all the way back to Manning Street, where there's an access to a private underground 2-car tandem garage. The first floor of the townhome features a foyer study entertainment room with wet bar, a second study or den, and a powder room. The second floor of the townhome has a living room with a working fireplace, dining room with a working fireplace, and ceiling mural done by well-known European church painter. I thought it was going to give me the name, but it didn't. Kitchen with granite countertops, custom stainless cabinets, a sub-zero refrigerator and an island, and a powder room. The third floor offers 3 bedrooms, currently being used as 1 bedroom, a dressing room, an exercise room, a media room with a built-in bookcases, a full bathroom, and a powder room. The 4th floor is a large master suite with curved wall architectural detail and 3 porthole windows. The lower level of the house is home to a 2-car tandem garage, laundry room, full bathroom, and storage room. There's an atrium over the central staircase that runs the height of the home. The top of the atrium has a custom Charles Ross sculpture. All finishes, details, and appointments were custom designed and installed for this house and are of the highest quality. But when was this built? Does it say? I don't see anything that says when it was built. Let's see if it's got any listing history, because right now it's been on the market a long time. So $16,000 or $15,000 a year for rent if you want to rent it. And if you want to buy it, it's been for sale since 2021. It's been for sale since 2015. So why should you be the one to buy the house? I don't know. Does anybody think there's anything wrong with the house? Oh, there's the stainless steel countertops. Those look cool. 29 pictures, $5.2 million home. No, I don't know anything about Philadelphia. I mean, I'm just looking like you are. I mean, this is a little dated. That's a little interesting. Black toilet. I like the drawings of the home, but I also like when the drawings are readable. That didn't do much for me. What about you? Let's look at the next one. I like existing homes. 45 pictures. $3.8 million. Let's go 3.9. 7 beds, 5.5 baths. Almost 8,500 square feet. 1.3 acre lot. 143 days on the market. Built in 1892. 3-car garage. Hate this view. Not sure why we're not getting why are we not getting? Okay, here we go. One more time. This is why I suck at being a YouTuber. So the first is of the house of the front. I agree with that. Second is of the entrance. I suspect that's the entrance. What do you think? Does this scream $3.9 million to you? I mean, obviously location is key. My fan is making all these weird noises on my computer, so that's probably not good. Nice outdoor space. I do like the outdoor spaces, and as I've gotten older, I've kind of come to appreciate them more. Just a nice house. No complaints. No complaints. 143 days. Maybe on the luxury side, that's normal. This is new construction. It's interesting to see like new construction when you have like, you know, some new construction in the higher prices. In this setup here, you got 1, 2, 3 houses of the top, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, about the top 6 that are new construction. So that to me says there's a need for, you know, a finer home, if you will. I don't know if there is. It seems that way. So you got one house here, 3.9. You got this one, 2.9. So what does $1 million difference get you? Well, lower square footage, smaller lot, and not as many beds and bathrooms. But this is the location thing. Been on the market 119 days, 3-car garage. I didn't look at the listing history of the other one. I'm not going back. I mean, this is a nicely done home. There's no argument. There's no complaint. Just well done. It's like a more modern feel. Sometimes we look at these houses and they're kind of stuffy with their design. It doesn't work well. This is done well. 80 pictures, though. We're not looking at 80 pictures for $2.8 million. I'm done. Let's see. Property history. It's just listed. What's it say for the details? Oh my gosh. I'm not doing this. Seller is a licensed PA realtor. I'm just not. Good for her. She likes her listing. $2.8 million on a 2.67 acre lot. Now, this is all a question of what do you prefer? $2.8 million on 2.67 acres or a 3,000 acre lot? Let's look. That looks sharp. House has been on the market 202 days. There's a 7-car garage, which is nice. Let's see the property history. So it was sold in 2003, listed in 2021. $1 million change. Pretty impressive, huh? Just hold on to real estate. 50 pictures, okay. So this is driving in. I'm okay with that. Now I don't know why we're doing this. Why are we doing this? Now we're in the backyard. Now there's a dead cow on the ground. What is this? Oh God, I did it. I'm sorry. What is this here? What is this back here? Is this the entryway? Is there a way you could tell me that or convey it in pictures? Here we go. Black toilet again. I did it again. I knew when I clicked it was going to happen. Seems kind of narrow here. I mean, the kitchen we just saw, does it compare with this? No. The other one's better. But you're also on, a little bit more than 2 acres. Well, that's nice. This is green. I mean, just nice. House built in 1940. Kind of surprising. It looks like it's older than that. This is a little dicey. You've seen the dramatic staircase in the front. Okay. What does this do for you? What does this picture do for you? When you see this picture, do you say, I want to buy this house because of a wood stairway that's not the main stairway that goes to I don't know where? That's nice. I like these little nooks and crannies in houses if it's done right. It gets a little iffy. 6 foot tall. If I hit my head on the wall, I'm not real thrilled. Got a little kitchenette up at the top. It's kind of interesting. I mean, all you have to do is ask yourself, would you pay $2.8 million to live in this home? People that have $2.8 million have had 202 days to make a decision. You've chosen no. So I just checked my email if you're wondering. You want to look at another one? Why not? That's new construction. I don't understand this. I'm I'm not going to entertain myself. This is new construction. This is new construction. And we're already getting down in the $1 million range. This one, though, I did look at. It's between this one and this one caught my eye. So I think we'll look at both. And I'm going to take a drink. The style of this home caught my attention. The architectural style. The drone footage of this home irritated me. So here we go. $1.2 million, 6 foot, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, half-acre lot. 34 pictures. Been on the market 46 days. And it was built in 1860. But look at the design. Something different. We don't see this very often. You might say there's a reason for that. But this house was built in 1860. I mean, and look, that is beautiful there. That blue really contrasts well with that. Necessary? I don't know. But nice. I'm a little worried. I hear my computer making weird noises this morning, so not good. So what is this about? Is this like the basement? You walk up into the house? I don't know. A little iffy. Are you living in this house for 1.2 million? It's only been on the market for 46 days. So, I mean, that's interesting. I don't know what it is, though. Is it the garage? The garage. Now, is that the back of the house or is that the front of the house? It doesn't even list the garage, so maybe it's not even big enough. And like, look at that house there. So it's like tiny compared to the house next to it. Let's see what the description says. Filled with eloquence and everlasting history, this exquisite 6-bedroom, whatever, schist mansion is a true icon of Chestnut Hill architecture. Often referred to as the Samuel Austin House, 5 East Chestnut Hill was converted from farmland into an Italianate-style building designed to overlook the prestigious corner of Germantown and Chestnut Hill Avenues. Formerly owned by various notable occupants, including renowned architect Norman Hulme and Chestnut Hill Academy founder Joshua Owen, this home has been lovingly maintained since its establishment. The next steward of this residence can maintain the property's existing layout to feature 5 separate units or transform the establishment into a dream-worthy single-family home. So right now, it's in 5 different units. That's very interesting. I didn't really notice that when we were going through the pictures. Many original building features have been preserved, including several ornate fireplaces, hardwood floors, elegant oversized windows, and lavish living spaces. Just off the main level, entertain with ease thanks to a spacious deck, showcasing the vistas of the property's wooded grounds. At one time, the lower level was used as a doctor's office by a distinguished physician in the local community. The addition of a brick garage with antique barn doors provides bonus recreation space. It can be utilized to satisfy your vision. 6 generously sized bedrooms provide plenty of space to work from home or host friends and family. Whether you completely customize this structure for personal use or maximize the investment potential, this memorable property provides extraordinary opportunities in one of the most unique neighborhoods around. Located in the heart of the village, residents can enjoy excellent shops and conveniences nestled upon Germantown Avenue. Lovely restaurants, cafes, businesses, schools, and public transportation options are all readily available. The beautiful footpaths of Hicken Valley are just steps away to make it hard to believe you're still in Philadelphia proper. Now, I think that's a very good description. I think they wrote that very well, or paid somebody to do it, but that's good. It's one of the better descriptions we've read recently. The problem is you get stuck. You don't want to be too salesy, but you don't want to be not salesy. Like, you want to have something in the text to pull buyers in. Now, There have been books written about descriptions. I happen to own 2 of them, but I typically just adjust what I think is the best way to do it to my property that I'm listing for sale. It's typically how I do it. Anyway, that's what I'm. I mean, would I buy this house? No. It's not for me, but that doesn't mean it's a bad house. Let's go back and take a look at the last one for today. 1.19 million, 5,555 square feet on a 3-acre lot. So it's got this other house beat, but I don't like the first picture. 30 pictures overall. 2-car garage built in 1900. 69 days. Now, this BHHS Fox and Roach Chestnut Hill has 2 of the top, 12 listings. So, I mean, that's their business. That's what they do. So let's take a look. I mean, it's just nice because there's space and you can see all these other houses are right on top of each other. There is a pool, but there's nothing in the pool. No water. There's the driveway. And already is this the same room? Oh, again. Is that the fireplace? It is. House was built in 1900. So the architecture is going to be kind of cool. I mean, I like this. It's an insert, I believe. Radiators. Nice size kitchen. From what I can tell. From what I can tell. There's a nice little stove in the kitchen. That's kind of cool. Like I said, I don't mind if you use the spaces. 2-car garage. Have a basketball court? Yeah, right there. Now, we don't know if it's the season that they don't have a pool or what. Pool's not there. It's a nice property. What are they going to say about it? At the end of a private tree-lined circular street sits picturesque Chestnut Ridge Farm at 601 Spring Lane. Set on 3.39 beautiful acres, this 7-bedroom, 4 full and 1/2 bath farmhouse is the perfect opportunity to customize a grand home with in-ground pool, multiple slate terraces, a 2-car garage with separate apartment above. Fabulous original architectural details are found throughout. Original iron and milk glass hardware. Arched doorways, crown molding, wide plank radom with hardwood floors. Large fireplaces and deep windowsills. The front entrance foyer with central hall features a fireplace and leads to a spacious living room with exceptional original schist fireplace, paneled walls, and arched doorway. A large dining room to the right, also with a fireplace, features extensive built-ins and additional front door. Cozy room with walls of built-in shelving and cabinets could become the perfect library or work from home office. Large kitchen is built for entertaining family and friends, with extensive original glass front cabinets, double sink, electric cooktop, double ovens, and a suite breakfast dining area with bay window with banquet seat and original wood-burning stove. The rear of the home in a 2-car garage can be accessed by the adjoining laundry area mudroom. The second floor of this distinguished house can be accessed by 2 different staircases and features 2 wings with 4 large bedrooms, 2 full baths, and the owner's suite. The owner's suite offers a large walk-in closet, a large sitting dressing area, and large full bath with dual vanities and a walk-in shower. The third floor offers an additional 2 bedrooms and full hall bath. I think that says hall bath with walk-in shower and cedar closet. A separate apartment above the garage with kitchenette and renovated new full bath could be perfect for the perfect in-law or au pair suite. Extensive slate terraces with in-ground pool overlook the mature trees and ground. Frequented by deer, fox, hawks, and more. Spring Lane is a superlative location, just minutes from the beautiful meadows of the Schuylkill Schuylkill River Education Center, the shopping and dining of Roxborough, Chestnut Hill and Manayuk. Major roads and parks. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind opportunity to make this special property your very own. An additional lot at 639 Spring Lane is also for sale. Well, this is kind of the stuff that I do. So, like, I like to put in the listing where it's close to, and I also like to give some sort of, don't miss out. That sort of thing. I don't know. What do you think? I really thought my heckler was going to come and get me at my chat today, but I guess he was busy, and I don't even have him. I don't even have my my spam chatters today. It's kind of disappointing. I'm going to take a drink. Oh, boy. All right, well, that was our listings for today. I have some articles. First one, beware of bad buyer habits. So, is it possible that you are the reason why you're not being able to buy a home and that it's not the real estate agent? I don't know. Let's read the article and find out. Unless you buy and sell several properties every year and concentrate on the investment side of these purchases, you probably don't have enough practice buying real estate to be really good at it. If practice makes perfect, then without going through the real estate buying process a few times within a short period of time, your buying skills are less than perfect. Since most buyers, especially first-timers and long-timers, want just one property, their perfect home, their dream home, there may be a serious problem here. I tend to agree with that. I see it especially where parents parents work with their children when their children are looking for homes, and they use their expertise from many years in the past when they bought that one house. Like, we bought a house in 1974, and we're going to tell you how to buy a house in 2021. It's like, maybe sit this one out. Now, if someone's nice, that's good. I'll take it. I'm just saying, I tend to agree that you have to kind of be in the market to have a good chance of buying a home. When you tackle something new, complex, and essentially foreign to you, do you expect to get it right the first time? Well, no, I don't. What about being a YouTuber? Apparently, I'm terrible at it, according to that fellow. Maybe I'll get better. Practice makes perfect, they say. With real estate, mistakes can be expensive and hard to live with. On the other hand, smart purchases can save money, improve quality of life, and keep you safe in these troubled times. Quite a gap. Many buyers are their own worst enemy. They insist that they want to own their own home, and then they act in almost DIY ways to put that outcome at risk. So the point is there's things that people do that kind of screw up their chances of buying. So number one, analysis paralysis. Spreadsheets can be the downfall for real estate buyers. The goal is not to analyze all the houses or condominium units in your preferred neighborhoods, but to buy one home. Once you start collecting data and spending time calculating instead of focusing on your up-and-coming purchase, you're off track. So the reason why sometimes I like these articles is I don't think about things the same way, and it's helpful. It kind of broadens my perspective. So it says your real estate professional must be the one who is all about data, not you. Their job is to know the current trends and anticipate what's coming next so they can select the best properties to show you. Benefit from your real estate professional's expertise. I would say the majority of my clients leave it up to me. But there's two questions you can ask. One, ask your professional how to really look at property when you view a house or condominium. You may want to see the bones of the house, not clever decor, which can hide imperfections or distract from problems. Yes, that's absolutely true. Look at houses with no refrigerator. And then look at a house with a refrigerator in the same kitchen, and you'll see, like, oh my gosh, that took up a lot of space. Number two, understand what you'll get for your money in a price range, in a location or property style. Where do compromises lie? Decide which features and benefits matter most to you. Well, that's 100% true. House we were looking at today, it has 3 big, good-sized bedrooms. Oftentimes you'll get one big master bedroom, but then the other bedrooms will be small. That works perfectly for a family. So, anyway, Get home buying right. If you love data, select a real estate professional that loves it too. I don't particularly, there's certain amounts of information that I'll send over, that I'll look through, that I'll discuss with my buyer. I don't try to give them too much information. It's not helpful. Let the real estate professional gather details on all the listings out there. That's their job, and they can use this information to help the many buyers they work with. You want to understand values in your preferred area so that you can make a smart, practical offer on the right home. So I agree with that. So just use this weekend as an example. We were in Tower Grove South, which is it's a completely different place than what I would call Green Park, or really South St. Louis. I mean, really. So, that's true. When I go to a showing and the buyer says, I don't like this house before we even go in, I say, let's go walk through it just in case. Why? Well, we're already there. And why not learn a little bit more about the area? I mean, we're there for a reason. We had a house in Webster Groves a while back where the buyer's like, the hill's too high. I don't want to look. And that's exactly what I said. I said, hey, this may not be the right house for you in Webster Groves, but let's look and see what the house looks like inside. Let's see how it kind of rolls between rooms. You're here. You might as well use that for your advantage in the future. Maybe there's another house priced differently, and now you can compare the two. Looky-loos. Have you and your partner made viewing homes your favorite entertainment online and off? When viewing, are you looking for reasons why a property won't work for you instead of mentally reimagining someone else's home as your dream home? Even staged real estate doesn't tell buyers the whole story about what a home can become. When you imagine your future in that house or condominium, make an offer. Double-digit viewings means you have lost sight of why you want to move and what you should invest in. Do you see the new life, perhaps downsizing? Or are you holding on to the past? If you're in a right price range and location, why aren't the properties a good match for you? Is the real estate professional just not listening to you, or are you not conveying the right information? Review your budget and goals together. Stop wasting time and view on a target and get on target. Well, I differ with this real estate professional. I will look at hundreds of houses if I have to. The right house is out there, and it's our job to find it for you. I don't think people are looky-loos. The lady I was working with today, she just stopped looking for like 3 months. I don't know why. But now she's back and we're writing an offer. It's that simple. Get home buying right. Virtual viewing and open houses can make this obsession worse. Making a decision about which real estate to buy can become even harder. Many of us love looking at real estate for a wide variety of reasons. That's why there's so much media to allow us to do just that. But searching for a home to buy is different activity with different perspectives. Let your real estate professional narrow the viewing range for you, so confusion and indecision are not your primary actions. So I typically like to work around the location first. So let's just say I'm looking for homes to buy in Sunset Hills. Well, I know that the lowest price homes in Sunset Hills are probably going to be $300,000. So if my buyer's looking for a house for $250,000, we're in the wrong spot. So location drives it. Now, what happens, like my current buyers have gone from University City, which is in the county, St. Louis County, down to Tower Grove South. Will they find anything they like in Tower Grove South over University City? I don't know. But if they were to say, hey, let's stop looking here and look at Chesterfield, I'd be a little confused because Tower Grove South has a unique character to it. The houses are built in a certain time period. And similarly, University City has those same types of houses are built at the same time. It has its own kind of sense of community. The Chesterfield does not. The lots are different in Chesterfield. The style of construction is different in Chesterfield. And the day-to-day life of the people that live in Chesterfield tends to be a little bit different than those who live in University City. But once you pick a location, I'm okay with looking as many houses as you want to. I think that eliminates confusion and eliminates indecision. Because once you're comfortable enough to walk into a house and say, I want to buy this house, what are they asking? That looks to be about right for this house. Let's write an offer. That's a lot better than, John, should we write an offer? Asking me if you should write an offer. Not a good situation. I just noticed 40 minutes into my stream, I've done the bonehead move that I do from time to time. I did not record, did not press the record button. So this live stream will only be available on YouTube until I check out or get thrown off the platform, and then never again. So good for you for watching the replay. Anyway, number 3, it takes an offer. This is a very interesting thing to me. It says, recently I met 2 couples who are intent on buying, but are very discouraged at seeing so many houses and having nothing to show for this effort. When I asked how many offers each had made, I was surprised at their answer. None. They had seen properties that would work for them, but neither couple made an offer. They're shopping in different price ranges in different areas, but they do have the same 2 problems. They were fixating on the below market listing practice. Sorry about that. Designed to generate multiple offers. That's correct. People do get sucked into that. This is distracting them from deciding what each property is worth to them. These buyers want to know what the owner wants so that they can offer that price, but no more. That is, get it right. Not knowing exactly which is the right price to offer is keeping them from making an offer on anything. I hate when people, like, let's just go to Sunset Hills again. $300,000 buys you a house. Okay. So let's see somebody sees a house in a neighborhood where the houses are going for $400 and they see a house listed for $350. There's either one of 2 things happening. 1, they're trying to generate a bidding war. Number 2, the house is terrible. That's it. So I hate when fixating on below market listing practice designed to generate multiple offers. And like, you can't figure that out as a buyer. Like there's all these people trying to buy houses and like no one figured it out but you. That takes some chutzpah. Chutzpah. Number 2, making an offer is not an automatic next step for buyers. They may not know the buying process. The real estate professionals for these buyers have not asked if the buyers want to make an offer. If these buyers are not told when to consider making an offer, they may never get there. So making an offer is not an automatic next step for buyers. They may not know the buying process. So let's talk about this. So one of the best practices is after every home, you're supposed to ask the buyer, are you interested in making an offer on this property? Why? Number 1, it says, it conveys like, we're not a tour guide. We're doing business to buy. Number 2, maybe the people don't know what to do next. Now, do I do that on every showing? No, I do not. Why? Well, I guess I'm not a good salesperson. I always feel like I know when buyers want to buy a house. Like, for instance, today, a woman wants to buy the house. I don't have to ask her if she wants to write an offer. Sometimes people do it a little more roundabout way. They say, can we talk about this house that we saw yesterday that's still on the market? Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Well, we'd like to make an offer. Oh, okay. When you go to a house and the potential buyer is making faces and is generally bored and wants to leave, I mean, that pretty much is a sign that they're not interested in writing an offer on that property. Why should I ask them at that point in time, are you interested in writing an offer on this property? They're not. Just move on. To me, it makes it look like I'm not even paying attention. And shouldn't you know when your buyer wants to write an offer? Going backward financially. However you celebrate the spend-a-thon holiday season, do not make your credit card and debit cards the prime holiday stars. Progress through this short season without spending behind your means, beyond. Celebrate using your brain and creativity instead of spending according to someone else's marketing plan. The greatest gifts are shared experiences in your time. I agree with that, and I thank you for spending your time with me. I'm enjoying spending my time with you. Racking up huge credit card debt and emptying out your debit card account will impact your home buying in 2 ways, undermining your financial flexibility may make it harder to qualify for the large enough mortgage or to pay related closing costs. Decide which is more important to you, a home or holiday spending. The time and money spent shopping online or off could be applied to house hunting. Get home buying right. Listings on the market in December are owned by serious sellers. So get out there and make a deal. Leverage the experience of real estate professionals. They want you to. The right professional will help you get home buying right. Happy home buying, a safe, rewarding holiday season to all. Yes. That was a well-written article. There's a link to it in the description, or there will be. But I agree, there are some bad buyer habits. You got to have a serious discussion with those people. I've never serious discussioned anybody. Some people serious discussion me. They'll say, hey, we're depressed about our home buying experience. Well, let's talk about it. Let's move on to the next article. I've never heard this publication. The World's Property Journal, world's real estate news leader, residential news it's in. It says, driven by blank. Oh, got to close that. 10 housing records were broken in 2021. Well, that's interesting. I like to know that. Why do I like to know that? I don't know. It felt that way. So this was from Redfin. And just so you know, like if you're a broker and you're trying to figure out a way to market your brokerage, like a soft sell, you hire an economist and you do reports. And then you use those reports to show that you're an expert in the field. So like if you use a Redfin agent now, they probably know this report. So it shows their expertise in this industry. Or so they'd have you believe. I don't know. But let's take a look, okay? Let's take a look. Record number 1. The typical U.S. home sold for nearly $400,000. Now, I have seen that the typical sale price is $413,000 for the average home. So I thought that was interesting. Record number 2, home supply dropped to its lowest level in history. There were just 1.38 million homes for sale in June on a seasonally adjusted basis. That's an all-time low and down 23% year over year. It says the U.S. is in a housing supply shortage for a combination of reasons: lack of new construction, surging demand from buyers, and homeowners taking advantage of low mortgage rates to refinance rather than sell, to name a few. I'll accept those. Record number 3, the typical home is sold in just 15 days. Typical home that sold in both June and July was on the market for just 15 days. That's the lowest median days on market in history and down from 39 days in June of 2020. The speed of the market is due partly to the supply crunch, which has led buyers to pounce on homes as soon as they're listed for sale, often without even seeing them in person. Over 60%, this is another record, over 60% of homes went off the market in 2 weeks. Well, I mean, you know, it's weird to me because if you have a nice home and it's priced right, it almost always goes off the market quickly. Record number 5, more than half of the homes sold above list price. Of the homes that sold in June, 56.5% went for above list price. That's a record high and up 29 percentage points from a year earlier. Average home sold for 2.6 above list price in June. Homes selling above list price is typically due to bidding wars, which were commonplace this year. Nearly 3/4 of offers written by Redfin agents in April, for instance, encountered competition from another potential buyer. I'm torn by this. If there's a house that's too expensive that's listed, should you just pay more because, you know, that's the market? Or should you look for another house that makes more sense? I mean, do you always pay list price? I mean, I don't. What if there's a strategy in place to generate a buyer's, to generate buyer feeding frenzy, like we saw in the other article? Then what? Then it's going to go over asking, but does it matter? I mean, it wasn't priced right in the first place. It says the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate hit 2.65 the week ending January 7th, 2021, the lowest of all time. Low mortgage rates are a reason for this year's home buying frenzy, which has ultimately resulted in the supply shortage. I agree with that. A 30-year fixed at 2.65 is ridiculous. In a good way. For those who are buying. Investors purchase nearly 1 in 5 of all homes in the U.S. Well, real estate investors bought 18.2% of homes that were purchased in the U.S. during the third quarter, a record high share, and up from 11.2% a year earlier. In dollar terms, investors bought a record $63.6 billion worth of homes over that period, up from $35.7 billion a year earlier. Many individual home buyers have found it tough to compete with investors. Just one factor that has made the housing market tough for buyers this year. I agree with that. I don't know how you quantify it. I mean, how do you know? How do you know about all that? So, number 8. Demand for second homes nearly doubled from before the pandemic. Interesting. Homebuyer demand for second homes was up 91% from pre-pandemic levels in January, marking record growth. Demand for vacation homes soared as remote work took hold in mid-2020, leaving many affluent white-collar workers with the ability to work from beach houses and ski chalets. This is not something that I've gone over, that we've discussed. We talked about people moving to vacation areas, but the assumption was that those were single-family homes, and they were not second homes. Well, and why wouldn't you? Let's say you have to pay a little bit more of a premium on a mortgage rate. Why wouldn't you? Why would you work in the city if you don't have to go in the office? Ever. Record number 9, nearly 1/3 of Americans looked to move to a different metro area. Another side effect of the surge in remote work, 31.5% of Redfin users looked to move to a different metro area than in the first quarter of 2021. I don't know what that means. An all-time high and up from 26% a year earlier. That's partly due to remote workers moving to relatively affordable areas in search of larger homes, more outdoor space, and sunny weather. So what does that mean? Does that mean someone moved from New York to Florida? Or does that mean that somebody moved from like Brooklyn to, I don't know, the Bronx? I mean, I don't know my boroughs. What do you think? I don't know. Number 10, a typical luxury home sold for 25% more than the year before. The median sale price of U.S. luxury homes jumped 25% year over year to $1,025,000 in the second quarter of 2021, marking record price growth. That's compared with 16% year-over-year growth for mid-priced home and 13.2% growth for affordable homes. Price growth for luxury homes outpaced that of more affordable homes, partly due to the affluent Americans reaping the benefits of the year's strong stock market, gains in home equity, and remote work. Now, I don't know what's considered a luxury home. Is it over that homes that sell over $1 million? So a home like 4 years ago that was worth $700,000 is now worth $1 million, and it just changed because of inflation or demand in the marketplace. Does that make it a luxury home? I don't know. And what's an affordable home? Is it one that everyone can afford? I don't know. I don't understand that statistic. I mean, I need a little bit more. Look at that chart. Bam. Okay. So let me get a drink. You know, it's not easy being the worst YouTuber. It takes skill, patience, dedication. Not everybody can talk about real estate for an hour or every day, all day. It's just a natural extension of me, though. We got some time. I just wanted you to know, like, there were records being set. It isn't a joke. It isn't It isn't hyperbole. Things really were hot this year. You know what another record would be that nobody's really looking at? I would bet that there are more real estate agents that got their license in the last 2 years than at any time previous. I mean, there's a lot of people that have their license. It's kind of ridiculous. So, last article today, and it fits in well with some of my buyers, why I wanted to go over it. It says, buying a home in your 50s, here's everything you need to know. Once you hit the half-century mark, you've likely accumulated a parcel of belongings, some decent savings, and quite possibly some hard-earned real estate wisdom. But when it comes to buying a home in your 50s, the process is quite different from any other time in your life, precisely because you're at a middle point in home ownership. When 50-somethings considering buying a house, they're usually looking at 2 transactions, selling what they have and purchasing a replacement home. Selling and buying real estate concurrently, all with an eye towards a new stage of life, may bring a host of stressful challenge. We're here to help you navigate the process with top considerations for quinquagenarians, those aged 50 to 59 who are planning to move to a new home. Number 1, decide what you're going to do with your existing home. Well, that's good. Some of the concern with 50-somethings is timing. You want to make sure you can sell, find another house, get it under contract, and close on your next home in time. You can help control this timeline by adding a home of choice clause when you list the current property. This means that unless you find a home you want to buy before the sale closes on your current home, you can call off the deal. I would not do that. I would not be involved in that. If you can afford it, you can purchase a new home before listing your existing property. Going this route gives you more flexibility, but you'll have to make 2 mortgage payments into your old home sales. But I think that's, in this market and most markets, that's the most prudent thing. You know, there are times when if you buy a house, you can put your house up on the market and sell it in the same month, within 30 days. I don't think that's unreasonable. After you've bought one. Think about downsizing. 50s might be the perfect time to downsize. So thinking about what the next decade will look for you and your family is crucial. If you have kids at home, try to parse out how much longer they'll be living with you. So you ask your stepchildren, hey, how long do you plan on living with me? Because I kind of don't want to live in this big house anymore. So they may resent you. You may want a multi-generational family residence to accommodate your adult children or aging parents, or you might prefer a scaled-down dwelling, such as a condo or a location where you plan to retire. I personally don't want to move into a condo. I personally don't want to have multi-generational family residence. That's me, though. But I'm 44. Maybe I'll change in 6 years. Approaching and planning for retirement might be good for financial reasons to downsize. Becoming an empty nester may also be a good reason. The smaller, less expensive home can free up cash, which you could also use to fund college tuition or future healthcare costs. Keep in mind that downsizing can be challenging. This one agent's seen several 57-something buyers think they're ready to downsize, only to find they aren't ready to let go. They've become accustomed to a certain standard of living. Now, you can be accustomed to a certain standard of living. Like if you say you want a luxury home, you could move to a luxury condo. But you can't really live in a 4,000 square foot home and then cut down to a 1,000 square foot home and not get rid of any of your stuff and then wonder why you're not happy. Study your present and future bank account. Some of the potential challenges and downsides to purchase your home in the 50s are often financial. Although people in their 50s have a good handle on their finances, sometimes life throws a curveball at you. Be sure you have a clear picture of what you can comfortably afford now. And down the line when your earning power may decrease, you'll want to be able to maintain your new mortgage payments and home maintenance in case you face unexpected hardship. And factor in your retirement goals in all your decisions. Well, that's true, but I think most people are going to do that anyway. I don't think that's unique to buying a new home in your 50s. Considering using your current home's equity. If you've lived in your home for several years and maybe it's happened to build up equity through cash out refinance. A cash out refinance allows you to borrow more than you owe on the current mortgage and keep the difference. Now, why would you want to do that? It says many lenders have loan programs where you peel out some equity from your primary residence to purchase a second home for pre-retirement, investment, or even a vacation dwelling. The benefits of cashing in on your equity is an individual decision based on many personal factors and goals. But it's always a good idea to talk to a financial expert person. I don't know why you would do that, but it says it can be easy to get pulled into the idea of freeing out equity, but it's of utmost importance to make sure it's the best long-term financial future for you. Financial move. I agree with that. If you're going to buy a second home and don't need to sell the first, you want to buy an investment property, that makes sense. Pre-retirement, I don't know what that means. Don't rush to make a decision. By the time you hit the 50 zone, knowing what you want to buy and how you're going to make it happen is a lot easier to absorb than on your first home purchase. This means you usually have time to find the home that's best fit for you. I always recommend buyers take their time. I agree. Line up all your ducks and look at the situation holistically. Yes. Most buyers who in their 50s who purchased a new home in the past year did so either to be closer to family and friends, to live in a more desirable neighborhood, or because of a change in family situation, according to the National Association of Realtors. So you may even want to consider taking the time off to search in a different city or town. So what if you didn't like the neighborhood you were in? Would you tell the National Association of Realtors? Like, crime is just polluting my part of town. I want to get out. No, you'd probably say, hey, I want to live in a more desirable neighborhood. I want to live closer to my kids. That's probably what you would do. What did we learn today? I thought we learned a lot. I'm not going to get the Best YouTuber of the Year award, according to this one fellow. When you're in your 50s, we'll go to the last story first. When you're in your 50s, your thoughts are different than when you're in your 20s, and your searches for homes might be different. I think we could have figured that out on our own, but the article was nice. This year brought many, many different records to the real estate industry in purchasing of homes. You could be a sabotager of the home buying process. Did I miss one? I missed one. Let me check. Oh, no. No. Oh, well, Carlos Marin passed away. That was bad. That's it. Thank you for coming along with me on my stream. I'm going to go write up an offer now on home. Maybe. I had like 7 phone calls during my live stream, so that's not good. But thank you for watching. Put something in the chat. Put something in the comments. Maybe I'll get to it tomorrow.